Hi everybody, I'm just going to do a quick recording today just to test my equipment and figure out how live streaming is going to work in the future. So as you can see, I have my paper here, I got my hands. It's a little laggy, but we're going to make do because I'm just using my camera up there on my phone. So I'm just going to draw like a little eye and maybe color it in and see where that goes. Doing that in the future. Here we go. I think the hardest part's gonna be doing this in the future, just making sure you can see what's going on the paper without my hand covering it up. Notice I got kind of an interesting pencil grip. Actually, there's like a name for holding your pencil like that. It has to do with my hands being double jointed. It has nothing to do with drawing, it's a fun fact. I'm just gonna draw a little eyeball here. Really hope you guys can hear me over the fan in the background. I'm at my new studio, and this is actually literally the first thing I'm making in my new studio, so I'm super excited about that. I mean, like, this is just a sketch, but like, very first little doodle. This looks terrible. It's fine. You know, it's like Bob Ross said, they're all happy little trees, happy little mistakes, whatever it is. Like I said, this is just a test. I've always drawn eyes, just my entire life. If I'm gonna sketch something or doodle something in the margins, it's gonna be an eyeball. I'm sure that says something about my psychology. I am not a psychologist. Any therapists watching this in the future, let me know what you think about that. Actually, I'm gonna lower this camera so you can just... Oh no, you can't see the details because I think this camera is just gonna be a little bit too laggy. It's not good internet down here in this weird basement I'm in. Not weird basement, it's cool basement I'm in. Oh yeah, now you can't see anything. Alright, if I go up, let's see what happens if I move the light around. Definitely gonna need, excuse me, different light sources. The hiccup, I've had a hiccup since 6th grade and they never went away. Hiccup like 4 or 5 times a day at minimum. I'm probably gonna hiccup a lot during live streams. See why people do live streams? It's fun just rambling on the camera. Ramble a lot in real life. There's no like proof of it, except people who know me. That's like 5 people. So I've been pretty nervous to just even try this, like live, just talking on the camera. I've been terrified of it, just my whole art career basically, ever since social media became a thing. Just I lost my train of thought. I don't like it though. You know, when you hear a voice recording and your voice sounds completely different than what you're aware of it sounding, and it just makes you cringe. It just have that on this whole body here. think everyone does. Everyone's a little insecure, especially first time for doing stuff. This is probably the worst I have ever drawn. Thank you for being here for that. I'll add some color, see if I can make it look a little better. I have immediately decided that I'm not going to post this. This will never see the light of day, except, I guess, whatever family I send this to. Oh, I don't like that either. I really have to figure out a good way to show the art, show my face. I just have this one light source. It's just this guy. I read, for good lighting, you need to simulate natural light. So a light to the side. Oh no, it fell. Like I was saying, you need to have a light to the side. Well, obviously I'm gonna need something on top of this to see the art. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this back up. Alright. Got my little watercolors here. I actually don't know if this, let me see this pen. This pen will bleed with the watercolors or not. I've never tested it. It's just a fountain pen. And some of you who've known me forever know that I'm obsessed with my pen. This is my special pen. I have it all times. And I've only lost it once. Crossing fingers that jinxed it. I'm gonna knock on wood. Try it again. I think my sister got me this cute little art set. It's Winsor and Newton. You see, it's well loved. But there's a little logo there. I take this out when I'm traveling, like to the park and stuff. Use it there. I'm really excited to do a video out in the park or something one day. One of these places I got a little holder for water too. This is like my Mary Poppins bag of art supplies. Look at all this junk. I've got everything in here but what I need. Sorry, Sam's. My fingers of art supplies. I dropped some charcoal in this bag and it exploded. And I learned that day to never pack charcoal. Just don't. It's not for you. I mean, like, yeah, just put it in a plastic Ziploc bag, put it in there, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. It used to be a pleasant experience fiddling with this bag. It no longer is. Alright. Just gonna use this. I have a bunch of these, like, they're little makeup cases. Actually, I got a kit of like 50 of them at one point, and I put a little art. This is for my kneaded eraser for a pencil. Otherwise, I just have this empty thing. I'm gonna charcoal off. Got some water. Pour into this. I'm gonna carefully take some of my water bottle water out. It'll hydrate. Those of you watching this and thinking, uh-oh, that's stupid. She's gonna get water all over herself and the camera and her things in charcoal. I got a trick. I'm just gonna siphon it in there. And yes, I'm going to wash this straw again before I use it because I put my dirty charcoal hands on the top of it. Just make sure I don't forget that. I love being 0% prepared for anything and I'm just MacGyvering things as I go. It's real fun. It's a good way to live. Alright, so I got my little water cup. Coffee. I don't know. Let's try to paint this eyeball. I'm gonna put this here. Seems to make more sense. Just occurred to me it would be really awesome if I got a little spray bottle too. I'm very messy with my art. I have not methodical with it at all. My philosophy lately, it's just been hard to get up and do anything at all. So it's okay if you make a, you're not doing it perfectly. You know, my colors are all mixed together. It looks weird and blotchy, but you know, at least I'm doing it. You know, I don't ever want process to make me afraid of just getting in there and starting something. Ooh, look how pretty. I love watercolor. Let's add some more blues. I mean, art's supposed to be fun, right? You're supposed to want to experiment with it. She's so pretty. Alright. Let's see what color this even is. Oh, it's nasty. It's a nasty color. Right there. I also know some artists that, you know, they don't like getting their hands dirty. They like breaking it down into the steps. That's the fun part for them. So, like, good for you. That's awesome, and I really admire and respect that. Not me, though. That's not how I do things. Let's see. You even see this? I'm really hoping that the video quality is just lagging because of the internet connection, and it's actually going to capture something nicer. We're gonna have to see, though. I mean, I have other cameras. It's just gonna be kind of expensive, it sounds like, to figure out how to connect them. It's gonna be expensive to get a Wi-Fi booster, to get better streaming quality. Yeah, that's life. Everything's expensive. This is a very woodsy looking eye. Wow. Excuse me. Hiccup number 2. I think in the future I'm just going to have like a hiccup counter at the bottom of every video so we can count. I think that'd be fun for everyone. Woo. So the answer is yes, this ink does bleed. But I kind of like how it looks. And what I want to do in the future is have just art journal time together. Me and you. Art journaling. You know, I have ADHD. I got diagnosed this year. It was one of those things where I told all my friends and they were like, you just now got diagnosed. Like, we all knew. And I knew for a while too, I guess. It's just the official diagnosis happened. Where I was going with that is it really helps me to body double with people. And just even having an imaginary audience. Because, like, you know, I'm not physically talking to anybody right now. Just talking out loud. I know Brutus is down here, my dog. Talking to Brutus and the camera. But I know eventually other people will hear it, and for some reason that makes it better. You know, just for a long time I wanted to start art groups with people, but you know, people are so busy these days and exhausted. You know, it's hard to get it started. You know, I'm still want to have a physical group eventually. Lost all my yellow. I got too overzealous. There you go. Put some more in. But you know, live streaming's such a great way to spend time with people without you know, having to have the stress of, you know, actually getting the energy to go out, get out there. So I get it. I hope it's helpful for people. I'm gonna make our eyes real red. Yeah. How do you know when something's done? I don't think you do. It just is done. It just happens and it's done. My real purpose with these videos is I want to do art so incorrectly that people get livid and comment about it. Like, you can't mix your whites like that. That's not how it's supposed to look. Wow. I like the way I do things. Oh, this tear is very blue. I'm regretting this tear. Whatever. Like I said, it's just a doodle. It's just for fun. It's just experimenting. You know, this kind of stuff is so important to just play around with what you have. So when you do go to make those big... Sorry, this is annoying. Oh no. One of my big things is gonna be figuring out how to position this. You can tell. Brain fart. It's so important to experiment and mess around with your tools, because when you do get those like big commissions and big art pieces you want to do, you know, like what works and what doesn't work. You know, like, is it gonna work? Is splattering watercolors, does that work? How does that look? Make it as messy as possible. Get away from this idea of perfectionism. Just fucking have fun with it. Sorry for the curse word. I don't know if I'm gonna try to stay away from potty language in the future. Anybody who knows me knows I curse like a sailor, so this is gonna be a difficult. I'm gonna sign it. Put my little signature here. You know, when I got to the studio today, I set up my Christmas lights, my little twinkle lights. I don't think you can even see them behind me. I moved some of my stuff in. I had no idea I was gonna actually record my first video today, but I'm really happy about that. I'm glad that I did this, and it was not as scary as I thought it was gonna be when it was just an idea in my head that I was gonna sit down and film myself live performing art in front of people. Like I said, who knows if this will make the cut to the internet or not, but yeah, I'm just super excited to keep doing this, and I am glad that, you know, it's been years I've been saying I want to do stuff like this, and now it's finally happening. That's awesome. So here's my little art. I'm gonna pray that the quality looks better than it does on my actual screen, and if not, you know, one day I'm gonna have this little guy working. Got my GoPro. We're gonna figure it out together, and we're gonna have a great time. So, thank you so much for joining me here today, and happy painting.